All right, everyone, welcome to the 187th District Court. These are the rules of the 187th District Court. You are in a courtroom. Whatever you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. To all of the people who are at the Bexar County Jail, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You're not allowed to use the internet. If you do any of these things, you will be sent back and your Zoom privileges will be revoked. As you know, they are shorthanded. So what that will mean for you is we will see you probably in 30 to 60 or maybe 90 days. To everyone who is at their house, at their job, you will need to tell your employer that you are in court. You will need to tell your employer that you need to take a break, and you will need to find a quiet place so that you can Zoom and find a stationary place. To all of those who are at your home or at your job or wherever you may be, there is no changing of diapers. There is no operating of power tools. There is to be no eating of breakfast. There is to be no laying in bed. If you do any of these things, or if you behave inappropriately on Zoom, what will end up happening is your Thursday, which I'm hoping it will be a happy Thursday for everyone, your Thursday will become a disappointing Monday, because what that will mean is your Zoom privileges will be revoked. Whether you're out of town, out of county, or out of state, or out of country, you will be required to appear in person in the 187th District Court. It's located at 187th District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa, and it's downtown. And this is what that will entail for you. Either you're going to have to take an Uber, a Lyft, a taxi, the Via bus. And my understanding with the Via bus, they still do not give change. So if you don't have change, whatever you give them, they're going to keep. If you drive downtown, you're going to find a lot of one-ways. You're going to find the London fog happening here in San Antonio. You're going to find a lot of construction. And once you make it here, you're going to find, if you're able to find parking, parking is going to be very expensive. So everyone, tomorrow is Friday. We're one day away from the end of the work week. Let's make this Thursday a happy Thursday. I'm going to open the breakout rooms. When I open the breakout rooms, it's going to invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To all the attorneys, if you have an agreement, no matter how small you think that agreement is, you need to put that in the chat box to the court coordinator. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator. Do not call her, text her, chat her, email her asking for a reset or continuance. I'm the only person who can give that to you. I'm going to call the names of the attorneys that are here on the Zoom screen today. To the defendants, your name will not be called. Your attorney's name will be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, do not panic. Your attorney is either Zooming in another courtroom, or maybe they had to hear in person, or maybe they had to appear out of county. Your attorney will get a chance to speak with you. To all of the defendants who are on this Zoom screen or those who are accused of offenses on this Zoom screen, your video is not allowed to go dark. The only time your video should go dark is if you are signing paperwork, and that will only occur if you are on a phone. Otherwise, your video should not go dark. If your video goes dark, and I have to instruct you more than one time that your video has gone dark, what will end up happening is your Zoom privileges will be revoked. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. If you see you're low on the list and you wish to Zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to do so. However, if you Zoom to another courtroom and your name is called, you will be placed at the end of the list. To Charles Blanc and Richard Langlois and Darrell Harris and Stephen Spear, your case will be taken up after I've signed all the attorneys to the breakout room. So just so you know, I know you're here, but I'm not going to call your name. Bud Ridnour, Ed Camara, James Ishimoto, Jay Moritz, John Perez, Michael Velichek, James Milan, Nick Aguilera, Orlando Castillon, Raymond Vale, Woody Halstead, Robert Featherston, Miguel Hernandez, Lauren Lefton, Albert Flores, Albert Gutierrez, Martin Guerra, Anthony Cottrell, Kelly Pittle, Alan Brown. Is there any attorney whose name that I have missed?
You didn't.
Shannon Locke, anyone
Yes,
else?
Judge, you missed mine, but I'm with Robert Featherston.
Okay,
And Your Honor, you missed mine, but I'm appearing for Alan Brown.
okay, Campion. You're appearing for Alan Brown?
I've got my name right here for Mr. De La Peña Montalvo.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I'm sorry, you're sounding very low.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, no, my client is Mr. De La Peña Montalvo.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, to attorneys, it will help me assign you easier to the breakout rooms if you add to your name, the name of your client and whether or not they're criminal trial division or family violence. One day I'm going to teach Robert Featherston how to do that because he never does that. Now I have his attention because I mentioned his name. All right, are all the prosecutors, are you co-host? If you're not, please let me know. All right, attorneys, when I sign you to the breakout room, think of those breakout rooms as going to the doctor's office. When you go to the doctor's office and you're all excited because they're calling you to the back, you're not seeing the doctor. What's happening is they're checking your weight and your blood pressure. Everyone, there are a lot of people on this Zoom. There are more attorneys than there are prosecutors. So put some patience in your pocket. This is the way it will work. The prosecutors are able to Zoom in and out of the breakout rooms. If you leave that breakout room, they will see that you're no longer in that breakout room. And what will end up happening, they'll skip over you and go to the next attorney. Bud Ridnour.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Raymond Garcia.
Thank you for changing your name.
I did it. Got it done.
All right, I'm going to
Brown.
send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
Ed Camara.
Yes, I'm here for Santuan Wilson. He's present on Zoom.
Ed, you changed your name. Thank you so much.
I had to hire someone to do it.
All right, I'm sending you number 4.
Thank you.
James Ishimoto.
Judge, Attorney Pro Tem on Richard Montes. Miguel is in Seguin, but he is available. And this, I think, is Orlando and Kelly Pittle.
All right. Just give me one moment and I'll come back to you. So it's Orlando and Kelly Pittle.
That's right, Judge. I believe Kelly's on as well.
I'm present.
All right, do you all need to confer?
We would. Well, I guess you can put Kelly and I in a breakout room. I don't know if Ishimoto wants to confer with us.
James Ishimoto, let me make you a co-host since you're one of the prosecutors. And Orlando and Kelly, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5, and James can join you there. Jay Moritz.
Yes, good morning, Judge.
Well, thank you for changing your name.
No, you're welcome. I sent a couple of emails to Ms. Reyes to try to get recommendations on this MTR. I haven't gotten a response back. So I don't know if I need to go with her first and the prosecutor, or we all go together, or what?
Oh, no, I'll send you to breakout room number 6.
If he can put his email in the chat, I can just send it to him.
Yes, if you'll put your email in the chat box to her before she before you go to number 6.
Okay, yeah, but I sent her 2 emails, so I'll send.
All right, just do it again. It's
Yes, Judge.
Thursday.
Yes,
Everyone
Judge.
be patient. Let's
All
make
right.
it easy for everyone. Thank you. John Pettis. Thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 7.
Thank you, Judge.
Michael Velichek.
Yes, Judge.
Yes. Thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 8.
You taught me how to do it at my last setting.
Oh, awesome.
I actually remembered too. Thank
Okay.
you, Judge.
You're welcome. James Million. Who do you have? You're on mute.
Yeah, Judge, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to change my name.
Okay.
I have Andre Monjaras. Remember the Monjaras brothers?
Yes.
And
Well, let
Orlando's
me-
got the co-defendant. And good news, Judge, they got their passports. They're U.S. citizens. We're good to go.
Okay, and this is criminal trial division?
Yes.
All right, so are you on a phone?
No, I'm on my iPad.
Oh, so if you tap it and when you go to participants, if you'll tap your name, there should be an arrow where it says rename, and that's how you can rename yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know.
All righty. I'm going to send you to number 9.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mick Aguilera. You're on mute.
I was trying to change my name now that I just got a lesson in it.
Okay. Who do you have?
I have, it's a family violence judge, Aisha Ortiz. I expect it, if the offer's the same, we expect to be a plea this morning.
Okay, I'll send you to number 10.
Thank you.
Raymond Bell.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 11.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Woodrow Halstead.
Morning, Judge.
Thanks for changing your name. I'll send you to number 12.
Thank you.
Robert Featherston.
Morning, Judge. I'm here with Adam Paltz on Nathaniel Tristan, and we need to speak with a prosecutor in family violence.
Okay, I'm going to teach you how to change your name on your screen. Are you on a computer?
Judge, I'm on my backup computer. I'm zooming also on the 290 at the same time.
Okay, so if you just click on your computer and go to participants and click on your name, you can add to your name or change your name.
I see, Judge. Okay.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 13.
Number 13. Thank you, Judge.
Yes. And Adam, thank you, Adam, for changing your name.
Judge, I'll teach Mr. Featherston the next time I see him.
Okay, thank you. I'm
Thanks.
sending you both to 13. Miguel, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to 14.
Thank you, Judge.
Lauren Lefton.
Hi, Judge. I'm here.
I thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 15.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Albert Flores.
Morning, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 16. Albert Gutierrez.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. I don't see you on the screen. Could you say your name one more time? Or?
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah,
I'm going to send you to number 17.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Martin Guerra.
Morning, Judge.
Thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you number 18.
Thank you.
Anthony Contrell, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 19.
Thank you, Judge.
Kelly Piddle is in a breakout room. Alan Brown.
Your Honor, this is Andres Campion appearing for Alan Brown.
I'm going to send you to number 20.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Shannon Locke, I'll send you to 21. All right, is there anyone else who has not been assigned to a breakout room? All right, then we're going to take up the matter of R.C. Curtis. Brenna, are you ready?
I'm ready, Judge. One second, sorry.
Okay, no problem. I was like, it's not working.
Can you see it now?
Let me try. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
John Foley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who is your client?
Jessica Briones.
Okay, okay. And is that family violence?
It's been back and forth, Judge.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 20. 22.
Oh, you know what? It was, Judge, I'm sorry. It was not family violence last time. David Martin was the prosecutor on it.
Okay, that's family violence. I'm going to send you to number 22.
Judge, that's my case. I'll pop in.
All right, thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
John, I'm going to send you to 22.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Frank Sandoval. Frankie Sandoval. Okay. You know what, Brenna? I think if I add you last or maybe add you first, it will be fine.
Okay.
We're going to see what happens. Yay, it works. Frankie Sandoval.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who is your client?
It's Miss Bianca Hernandez.
Criminal Trial Division or family violence?
Family violence, Judge.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 23.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Be patient. You always are, though.
Thank you, Judge.
And just one last moment, everyone. There's one last attorney coming in. Daniel Vela. Who's your client? Daniel Vela. You need to unmute. Who's your client?
Should be Michael Avery. Good morning.
Criminal Trial Division or family violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 24. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, the court is going to call 2019 CR 10230, State of Texas versus RC Curtis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Stephen Spear for the state.
Darrell Harris for the state, Your Honor.
For the defense?
Mr. Harris, RC Curtis.
And also for the defense?
Charles Buck for Mr. Curtis, along with Mr. Langlois.
And are you RC Curtis? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am, RC Curtis.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
Absolutely not, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Curtis, do you have any objection to this hearing taking place by video?
No, ma'am.
All right, we are here today because the court ordered that the defense receive all discovery from the state. What the court ordered was whether or not it was electronically uploaded, that hard copies be provided to the defense. So the question is whether or not that has been completed. State?
Yes, Your Honor. Copies were tendered to defense for inspection last Friday, December 3rd. Assistant from Mr. Langlois' office came to mine, went over it, and left with the box. We haven't heard any objections since. We are prepared to tender to the court the new document for signing by the parties. I can bring it by the courtroom this afternoon.
All right, it can be brought by the courtroom or either you all can do it electronically.
I will initiate the process to send to both counsel via Adobe Sign.
All right, defense, have you received all the discovery that has been, that was uploaded? Have you received hard copies? I'm sorry, defense.
We're still going. It's, as you can imagine, it's voluminous. So it's going to take a while for us to compare what they gave us in hard copy to what we had already downloaded. So I'm not prepared to say that I have everything yet because the pages are in the thousands. But we have received yes, they gave us all the stuff, but I can't tell the court, or I don't want to tell the court, yes, I have everything in hard copy that was previously provided through the download, because I haven't had a chance to go through the thousands of pages to verify that they're the same things, if that makes sense.
All right, yes, it does. And the court is trying to make sure that there is no other evidence. That's really the court's point. To try to make sure that there is no other evidence that is somewhere that nobody knows of. So the purpose for me saying, give the defense everything that was uploaded, because I wanted to make sure the defense has that. I want to make sure that the defense has any DVDs, anything of that nature, just all the evidence that they are entitled to. I want to make sure that they have it. So state, do you know for sure and for a fact that everything that you have is everything that the defense has?
Your Honor, that is how we proceeded. Everything in every file, nook and cranny related to this case, we either accounted for within the upload and made a hard copy of that. We corrected miscopies in the upload. Some were turned sideways and made copies of that. And we document when everything had been handed hard copy. As the court may recall, part of this process started on November the 5th, and some items were transferred to defense in court on those days, and those are referenced and documented. So, Your Honor, I'm going to say to the best of my knowledge, yes, ma'am.
And the other thing, has the police department provided a statement saying that they've followed through on everything?
I don't have a statement as the court has worded it. I have been in contact with the lead detective and the portion of doing this process. As the court also recalls, I was involved directly the afternoon of the 4th and the day of the 5th, and I believe I've got it all. But I will go back with them with the new requirement. But I'm looking everywhere, Judge.
Okay.
I'm understanding the court's intent.
Judge, so you can know, right now we have 1,327.28 items of discovery.
All right. Did you say 1,327 or 1,328? I'm getting a lot of feedback from you on your end.
Judge, let's just say we have 1,328.
Yes, ma'am. That sounds about right.
All right. So then the next issue we come to, and Brenda, I'm sorry to do this to you. When do you anticipate having the record for them? Because I know that was requested.
I have finished all of the pretrial hearings and sent to my proofreader, and now I'm moving on to the 4 days of trial.
Okay,
So
thank you. So everyone, Brenna, I always tell everybody this, but I try to not shine too bright a light on her because then somebody else will try to take her away from this court. But Brenna will have the record for all of you, and she will be emailing you or texting you to let you know when the record is done. So of course, you know, the court is open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So whenever you all want to pick it up, you can actually pick it up from the courtroom or make arrangements with her to have that. And so defense is my understanding is that at some point in time, you're going to want another hearing. Mr. Bonk, Mr. Langlois. You're on mute, Mr. Bonk.
We're still requesting a findings of fact and conclusions of law from the honorable court so we can file a writ of habeas corpus that we anticipate or we would like to have heard before any potential retrials. But we can't file that without the findings of facts and conclusions of law from the court.
In my understanding, legally, the court is not required to provide a findings of fact and conclusions of law. If the defense has some case law that suggests otherwise, of course, the court will reconsider.
Okay.
So with that being said,
may I say, while we're on the record also, I know the court, I know Mr. Harris and Mr. Spears were instructed to everything that they have in their files. I asked to make sure that they also verify from every expert, every police officer, every person who's not in their office but is under their purview for this case, that we have all the discovery from every individual involved in this case, not just what they have in their file. Because we've run into this already once before in the first trial when it's something that wasn't in their file, but it was in the possession of somebody that, you know, in this case, the San Antonio Police Department that we didn't have, that was one of the first problems. So I want to make sure the court orders them not only to check every nook and cranny of their office, but every other office that has anybody involved in this case, because their duty to disclose is not just what's been given to them, but every document, any evidence that any witness has regarding this case that is part of the state.
of course, I'm sure the state is aware that they must turn over all discovery, and that includes discovery by the agencies and by the individuals that are coming to testify. Is that correct, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state, have you tendered that in the discovery to the defense?
Again, Your Honor, I don't have the statement now required as the addendum to 3914 from police. I have talked to the responsible parties in the process of this. As an example, even on the items we gave to defense on Friday, December the 3rd, there are copies of documents from the medical examiner's office, which the ME herself tells me are not to be revealed. Copies are made if the court orders me, so I can provide it. They are noticed. I am citing the one item that did get admitted into evidence in terms of the trial. So we do anticipate, as counsel outlined it, and we're trying to navigate the concerns of all parties. So,
All right,
yes,
what discovery is the ME saying that they were not allowed the defense to have?
the blood card that is taken between the autopsy and the DNA analysis that proves the blood used to develop the genetic profile of the victim is from that body that Dr. McLean took the sample from, and the chain of custody documents.
Well, I mean, it's understandable, but that they're not going to let that out of
Yes,
their
ma'am.
chain of custody. So
Yes, ma'am.
defense, if that's something that you all would like to see from the ME, then you'll probably have to go to the ME's office to see that.
But I'm just towards answering the court's question. I've got hard copies. I did not give that to the defense. I've told them about it. And I referenced what was actually admitted into evidence at the trial with the medical examiner. Obviously, that is disclosed. I've given them that. And I'm just simply trying to demonstrate we understand the spirit and intent of the requirement, and we are working diligently on all aspects to meet those obligations.
All right, defense?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, is that understandable? The fact that the card that was used to collect the blood, that has to remain with the ME, and if you want to see the actual card, then you'll have to go to the ME's office to see the actual card.
Yes, Your Honor.
I would also invite defense, Your Honor, to join me if they want to go to the SAPD property room on a mutual view. We did that in preparation. Notice some discrepancies, which we informed the defense 3 weeks before trial. While counsel is correct, I have a duty to turn over. Everyone here can join that effort. I'm looking, but I can't think for what defense wants.
I want every single thing,
and I've
that
given
any
it to
witness
you.
has.
I've given it to you.
Okay. I was just telling you what I wanted. I'm not saying.
Okay,
you
so
didn't.
here's the thing, everyone. It's a Thursday.
I know.
Let's not try to turn it into a Monday. Let's keep things at this level. We all know each other. I think we all are being respectful to each other. But most importantly, let's be respectful to Brenda, the court reporter. I know she can do it. She can take down 3 people talking at once, but I just don't want to put that on her. So let's remember, only one person speaks at one time. And our main goal is to make sure that the defense has all of the information that they need, all of the information in this case, so that Mr. Curtis can have a fair trial, so that the state can have a fair trial, so that the defense can have a fair trial. That's all this is about. So, state, when do you expect to get that information from the officers confirming that you received everything?
I'll have those conversations today, Judge. I don't know any reason I won't know it by today, and I can respond to this group.
Okay. And just one moment off the record for a moment. Mr. Montez, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5 with your attorney. So if you could go to number 5, please.
Judge, I already did.
Thank you. Okay, so Mr. Bond,
Yes, Judge.
assuming that I am correct and that the court is not required to provide findings of fact and conclusions of law, when are you expected to file whatever motion you want to file that you want the court to hear? And I know you still need the record from the court reporter, but I'm just trying to figure out a time frame. What is the time frame from when you receive the record that you wish to have your hearing?
Probably a month.
Okay. All right, then. So we're
And that's
probably,
that's portion of that, Judge.
Oh, I don't think it's pushing it. I mean, but we're all pushing the cart somewhere. But I think that then we're probably looking at maybe February. Because as everyone here is well aware, this case is from 2015. Again, I don't know why it's taken so long for this case to come to trial. This case was transferred to this court from another court. And I do know that the reason why this hasn't gone in this court before now is because we had a pandemic and didn't have any jurors available. But now I want to make sure that this case moves along at a pace while still ensuring that due process is followed and justice is done. So, Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Curtis.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to send you to a breakout room with all the parties so we can figure out our next setting date. The state has informed me that they've given all the discovery to the defense. State, I'm going to expect that acknowledgement of discovery to be to the court no later than Monday. I think that will give everyone, you said you turned over everything. If there needs to be an addition or an addendum to that discovery, you can let the court know. So on December 13th, the court is going to expect that acknowledgement of discovery to the state. That can be done electronically. The court is here, or either you can bring it down to the courtroom.
Yes, ma'am. And can I say, Your Honor, just to complete the record we have, I've got the longest tenure on this case than any of the parties. I would simply say that this case didn't get any discipline imposed on it until this court and this judge, and I am grateful for that, but it goes toward answering the court's question as to why something initially indicted in 2016 finally got into trial setting in 2021. And in that regard, the state is but an advocate. But Your Honor, this court finally moved it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Harris. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll send all of you to breakout room number 1, and Ms. Ferguson will meet you in breakout room number 1. She will give you the next date.
All right, and Your Honor, may we be excused from the breakout room?
Yes, you may be excused from the breakout room, and Mr. Langlois and Mr. Bonk, if you wish to remain in breakout room number 1 with your client after the state leaves, you're more than welcome to do so. And so if all of you could go to breakout room number 1, and Ms. Ferguson will meet you there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I go to, Judge?
Yes.
May I approach, Judge, when you have an opportunity?
Sure, just one moment. Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And Daryl, let me see if I sent you there. Yes. All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please, while I sign some paperwork. And Brenna, you may want to go into number 1 as well to give them a time frame on when you'll have everything done.
Okay.
Right. And everyone, it may appear that I'm looking directly at the screen, but I'm actually signing documents. So everyone, just give me a moment, please. To the clerks, I'm doing paperwork on Juan Castaneda.
Thank you, Judge.
And to the parties on Juan Castaneda, you'll be receiving information for you to go to a breakout room so that the clerk may swear you in. So please make sure you pay attention. And who are the parties on Juan Castaneda?
Tom for the state judge.
And who is the defense attorney and the who's the defense?
Tochi.
All right. Where is his client?
In his office, I think.
Okay, because I don't see James Toshi on the screen. All right, we'll see when he gets here. All right, Michael Sawyer.
I'm unmuted. I'm here.
Hi.
Good to
How are
see
you
you.
doing?
I'm doing fine, Judge.
All right, who's your client?
Carlos Munoz, it looks like he has 5 felonies and it's a family violence set of cases. I would
All
like
right.
to confer with the DA.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 25. Notice is 25, so please put some patience in your pocket, which I know you will.
I will.
All right, tell your brother I said hi.
I will say that. Have a good
Okay.
day, Judge. I'll be back with you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Cornelius Cox. Cornelius Cox. Rick Ramos.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Great. Who do you have?
I have Mr. Roland Huerta, and it will be a CTD case, Judge.
I'm going to send you to number 26.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ernest Acevedo. I'll send you to number 27.
Thank you, Judge. Is that for the prosecutor or for Mr.
Yes.
Gordon? All right.
Okay. All right, Anthony Cantrell.
Good morning, Judge. I've been waiting in that breakout room.
It's a doctor's office.
I'm sorry?
It's a doctor's office. You're in number 19, so that means that there are 18 people ahead of you, and there are only 6 prosecutors.
Understood. I have cases that I need to get to in Guadalupe County, and it's a live hearing. So I'm
All right, you can zoom out and zoom back in.
Okay, it's going to be much, much later. I know I was supposed to be number 1 on the trial docket. Is Marcus around?
Yeah, just give us a moment.
Okay.
Lauren Lefton.
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
I conferred with Brittany, and we just need one more reset, and we think the case will be disposed of at the next setting. My client is going to complete a course. Oh, geez.
What course is your client completing?
She's going to take a 16-hour theft course.
And when is she signing up for this?
I just provided her.
We call this for a bond forfeiture.
Is
on, Judge. She's not answering. Cornelius Cox has Sunny Kent.
It's a 16-hour course that I provided her a link for just now. So she does need to come up with the money. We've been texting. She said realistically she needs about 30 to 45 days to come up with the money to take the course.
Okay, we're not going to do 45 days because this has been going on since 2020. How much, what's the cost of the course?
$85, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, but she's not going to get a 45-day reset.
Okay.
Just give me 1 moment. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Well, he may not need the reset if his client doesn't show up. I'm going to recall this for bond forfeiture. Mark Stevens has Henry King III.
Your Honor, may I confer with Mr. Echeverria?
Yes.
All right, where is Inez Leal?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Miss Leal.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to start your video.
Okay. There it goes.
If you appear on the Zoom screen next time and your video is dark and you don't start your video, then You will not be Zooming. Do you understand? You'll have to appear in court.
Yes, ma'am. My
We're going to
apologies.
come back on your case on January 21st. You need to make sure everything is done by then. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you and your attorney are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Robert Featherston. On that, you're on mute.
Hey, Judge, I'm sorry. I'll speak for Bob. We conferred with Caitlin and we just need a trial setting.
Just one moment. What's the plan today, too? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to a breakout room. And I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Please be patient in that breakout room and the court coordinator will meet you there.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Me too, Judge.
Yes.
Judge, this is Ed Kamara. I need to report back to you.
Just one moment.
Thank you.
Raymond Bell.
Morning, Judge.
Yes.
I talked to Caitlin Wilkes in the breakout room, Judge. My case is just a motion to set bond. Apparently it's going to be opposed, I guess, by the complainant. They want to have a contested hearing on it. We were hoping you could add it for tomorrow's docket, but I don't know what your schedule is like, Your Honor.
Just one moment. Everyone, just give me one moment. I'm going to have to push things along in breakout room number 1. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Judge.
Uh-oh, breakout room 1's in trouble.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Mason, they are requesting to be recalled tomorrow for a bond hearing.
On Mason.
What is your client's first name, please?
Sorry, Judge. Dion Mason.
Let me just find him on the docketing sheet.
He may not have been there, Judge, because he was an add-on earlier this week. I tried to visit with the prosecutor ahead of time. We couldn't reach an agreement, so it was put on.
What's the cause number?
The cause number, Your Honor, is it's NM 615-316, allegation of continuous violence against family.
All right, Norma, can you put that on the docket tomorrow for a bond hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
What time do you want us to be at, Judge? 9 or
9
1:30?
a.m.
9 o'clock.
Yeah. Thank you. See you then.
All right, Bud Ridnour.
Judge, I was in breakout room 3 for 30 minutes. Nobody was there. I don't know if they don't want to talk to me or they forgot about me.
Oh, no,
You
that's
wanted
the
to go back?
doctor's office for you.
Okay, I can go
Because
back.
remember, here's the thing, I want everybody to understand this, and this is why I say put patience in your pocket. There are 27 breakout rooms. We do not have 27 prosecutors. Each prosecutor has to go to a breakout room, speak to a specific person, then come back. Everyone, just put some patience in your pocket. And it will happen. But Bud, what I can tell you, you're in breakout room number 3.
Yes,
The
Judge.
family violence prosecutor just skipped over you because they see that room is empty. And now they have moved down.
I was
They've
the first
moved
one
down
called.
to, you know what? They've moved down to breakout room number 10. So
Yeah.
they'll circle back around.
All right, I'll go back there, Judge.
Sure, no problem. Andres Campion.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with the state and we're still working on getting some more discovery.
When is this going to be done?
I would assume by the next setting, we're presuming that the jail is the one that has the discovery.
I've
What
already
discovery?
requested it. We're just waiting for it, Judge.
Okay, and so this is discovery that's at the jail?
Yes, videos from the jail.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Montalvo, can you put in the chat box? It's Daniel Montalvo. Can you give them a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. Give me just 1 second, Judge. I'm looking at the calendar.
You can just put it in the chat box. All right, we're going to come back on January 13th. And is your client in custody or on bond?
On bond, Your Honor. He's
where is he?
He's present under Allen Brown.
All right, you and your client are excused. We'll see you back on January 13th.
Thank you very much. Your Honor.
And Ms. Ferguson, that will be for discovery.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Ed Camara.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with the state. We need a trial setting.
All right, I'm going to send you and your client to breakout room. I'll send you to breakout room number 2. Just be patient in that room. There are other attorneys in there, so you all can chat.
Do I have to?
No, you can be silent.
Okay, thank you.
Let me see what breakout room you were previously in.
I think I was in 4.
Yes, you were.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, and we'll be in there shortly. Daniel Vela. You're on mute.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm in breakout. I've been assigned to breakout room 24. Can I, with the court's permission, zoom in to County Court 9, handle that matter briefly, and then come back?
You can zoom in, but I'm telling you, this court is taking its break at 12.
Okay. Well, I don't know where I'm at on the. I was there, but anyway, I won't be long there, Your Honor. I figure I'll be.
I mean, it's up to you. We're taking our break at 12, and anything that is not completed by 12, you'll have to come back at 2.
Did my client check in, Mr. Avery?
I don't see Mr. Avery on the screen.
This is the matter, Your Honor, where I have an affidavit of surety on the case. We talked about it last week, Your Honor.
All right, just give me 1 moment. I give everyone till 10:30. Okay. John Foley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I've conferred with the state. I think, Judge, we have a new prosecutor on the case, and I think the state is going to take a little more time to review some of the evidence. I don't know if we will then. I think we may then be able to get closer to settling this thing. So I just would ask for a reset.
All right, the court is only giving one final reset on this case, and that's going to be a 30-day reset. After that, everyone needs to be ready for trial. Ms. Ferguson, yes?
Sorry, on this one, I actually did upload some new discovery. It's 300 pages of medical records. They were just uploaded a few days ago. We just got them for defense. I mean, right now it does appear that this will be a trial, but I just wanted to make you aware of that.
All right, thank you. Norma, can you reset this in 30 days, please? Santone Wilson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you need to be stationary because all of the moving is
I
not
apologize.
helping. You're welcome. All right, and Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Jessica Brianis?
Norma, do we need to wait?
All right, so you're coming back on January 31st. January 31st is your plea deadline date. After that, the court will not consider any further plea bargain agreements in this case. There will be no further resets for people to consider pleas. That will be your plea deadline date. And after that, you'll receive a jury trial date, and we will proceed on trial on that case, on that date that I give you. Any questions?
No, Judge.
All right, we'll
They would
see
be
you back
excused.
then on January 31st.
9 o'clock, Judge.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great rest of your day, and your client is excused as well.
You
Judge.
too. Have a good holiday, Judge.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't
Was
mean
there
to.
something?
Yes.
I was just going to say, John Pettis and I conferred quite a bit ago. We're ready to announce.
All right, just give me a moment. Alfonso Cabanas.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes.
Can I get a breakout room with a family violence prosecutor on Mr. Alexander Williams?
I'll send you to breakout room number 28.
Thank you, Judge.
Rick Ramos.
Good morning, Your Honor. I've conferred with the state on Roland Huerta. At this point, we're just needing to continue to stay on the trial docket, Judge.
All right, Roland Huerta, where are you?
Here, Your Honor. Good
All
morning.
right, Mr. Huerta, how are you doing?
Good. Enjoying this beautiful day. How about you?
Oh, it's a beautiful day. So, Ms. Huerta, Mr. Huerta, yet I know your attorney is saying that at this time, you guys want to continue on the jury trial date?
Yes, ma'am. I'm putting patience in my pocket.
Well, thank you. So here's the thing about being on your attorney saying, at this point, we want to continue with our jury trial. At this point, the court is not going to consider any plea bargain agreements after this date. So there will be a jury trial or there will be a plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ramos, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to breakout room number 2. And I'm going to need a family violence prosecutor and a criminal trial division prosecutor in breakout room number 2. And once you receive your date, I'm going to need you to come back to the main room, Mr. Ramos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Here.
Judge,
All
could
right.
I be put in a breakout
James.
room again
Who do you need to be in a breakout room with?
with Mr. Nisbet?
Okay, what was your previous breakout room number? Number 9. If you'll go back to number 9, Tom will meet you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. James Ishimoto. You're on mute. All right, Mr. Ishimoto is on mute. He's doing something else right now. To the clerks, do you have the paperwork on James Toshi's client?
Just yes, but he also has the MTR and I have no paperwork on that.
Well, have you let anyone know that you don't have the paperwork for that?
I cannot find James Tochi.
Are we keeping secrets?
No, Judge.
Okay.
Trying to find-
James, if you could go to 1. Everyone, if you don't have the paperwork, nobody is going to know if they don't have the paperwork if nobody tells them. James Toshi, if you'll go to number 1.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
I just finished conferring with Michelle Hayden. Is it possible to put me in a breakout room with my client, Sam Meyer?
All right. What was your previous breakout room number?
I believe it was 15, but I'm not certain.
Well, you are not even listed as being. Did you? Let me find you.
I was glad I could change my name because I've never done that for my phone before. So,
Hey, that's okay. Okay, you were in number 18. All right, Mr. Amaya, if you'll go to 18, please. And how is your client listed on the screen?
He's got a Pixel phone.
Wait, just one second. The person who's in the yellow top jersey, Rev 4, what is your name?
Excuse me,
What is your name?
Damone. I have a toothache, Your Honor. My filling came out my tooth. It's cracked.
So let me ask you this. Why do you think it's appropriate, and who do you think wants to see you on Zoom picking your teeth, playing with your teeth? Who do you think wants to see that? I know I don't want to see it.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, you keep doing it. And I don't know why I have to keep telling people time and time again that you are in a courtroom.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Well, no, obviously people don't, and you don't, because you keep behaving inappropriately. And I am sympathetic to people who have their different pains, but guess what? No one wants to see you picking your teeth on Zoom.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to see that.
I'm sorry.
And what's your full name?
Damon Thomas.
Mr. Guerra, if you, I don't see your client, Sam Amaya, on the screen. Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond. He's signing in, or he signed in from a phone. I believe it's a Pixel. Phone.
2.
There we go. Pixel XL.
Pixel 2 XL.
And it amazes me that all these young people do all this nonsense on their phones, but for some reason they can't put their correct name on their phone. I'm just amazed by it all. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 18.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Rick Ramos.
Judge, I spoke with Norma. We have a trial date of January 25th at 9 a.m.
Just one second. And what date did you say again, please?
January 25th, 2022, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Roland Huerta, where are you?
Right here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Huerta, you're going to need to appear in person in court at 9 a.m. for jury trial, and you need to make sure you're dressed for jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court is located at 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa, and it's on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
The jury will be waiting for you in the hallway, so make sure that you are here on time. If you're not here at 9 a.m., a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Be there at 8:30.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Have a blessed day, Your Honor.
All right, you too. And Rick Ramos, do you have all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Huerta, are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a blessed one.
Oh, thank you so much, you too.
That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused this morning, Judge?
Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge. Roland, I'll give you a call later on.
All right. John Pettis.
Yes, Judge. I conferred with Caitlin Wilkies, and we'd like to go into a breakout room with you.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Caitlin, can you assign him to breakout room number 3? And I'll meet you all in 3 in just a moment. All right, Raymond Martinez, who do you have?
Judge, I have Cesar George and Juan Montes.
Juan Montes, is that criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division, Judge.
And is Cesar George criminal trial division?
It is, Judge.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 29. And everyone, just give me a moment, please. John, you need to go to breakout room number 3.
I'll be right there.
And everyone, just give me a moment. Keep the patience in your pocket. All right, Mr. Edward Morales, you are excused.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
And may I be excused as well, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. On Adam Pulse with Nathaniel Tristan, what is happening with that case?
Yes, Judge, we've obtained a trial setting of January 11th.
All right, where is Mr. Tristan?
Judge, he's logged on. He's under Nathan's Galaxy A11.
Nathan's Galaxy, I need you to unmute and speak. All right, you're coming back on January 11th for your jury trial. You'll need to appear in court. It will not be by Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, have you received all of the discovery in this case?
Yes, Judge.
Was an offer tendered?
It was, Judge.
And Mr. Tristan, are you rejecting that offer?
Which offer was that, Judge? I apologize.
The offer that
It was-
your attorney informed you of, are you rejecting that offer?
I am, Judge.
All right. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements in this case. The court will only consider pleas open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
All right, you and your attorney are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Bud Rittenhour?
Judge, we conferred, I conferred with Joe Garcia. We had agreed with a trial setting of January the 18th. I thought he was going to schedule that with Norma. I'm assuming we are.
Well, Ms. Ferguson, did you receive?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So where is your client, Mr. Garcia?
He's in custody, Your Honor. He's on the screen.
All right, Mr. Garcia, could you unmute and speak up, please? Raymond Garcia? Is this the person with the mask on who's
There he
not
is.
moving?
You just you just unmuted, Judge.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, and what date were you given again, Mr. Rittenhour?
January 18th.
Have you received all the discovery in this case?
I have, Your Honor.
Did the state tender an offer?
They did.
All right, Mr. Garcia, are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, I am.
All right, Mr. Garcia, this is what will occur in your case. Unless there's something that happens where jury trials are canceled or postponed due to COVID, you will be brought over from the jail dressed for trial on January 18th. However, if you are on bond, you will need to be in the 187th District Court on January 18th at 9 a.m. dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge, I do.
The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case after today. Your plea deadline date has expired. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rittenhour, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Number 14-0 can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Miguel Hernandez.
Good morning, Judge. I've spoken to Meredith. She reiterated an offer. I passed it along to my client. He has rejected it. So we need to get a trial date, Judge.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Ms. Ferguson and a prosecutor will meet you in 1 to give you your trial date.
Thank you, Judge.
And let me find your previous breakout room.
I was in 14 and then I went to see Mr. Munoz.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
Ernest Acevedo.
Good morning, Judge. Conferred on Chase Gordon. It's Marcus's case. He's not here this week. I'm going to send him an email to see if there's been any movement, but in the past there hasn't been. It's been a trial case for a long time, and Mr.
Okay.
Chase is in custody.
All right, just give me one moment. Michelle Hayden, which breakout room do you want to see me in?
It doesn't matter, Judge.
All right, I'll go to breakout room number 2. Mr. Acevedo, just give me a moment.
Okay.
Orlando, this is James Ishimoto. Do we need to chat about anything?
I don't believe so. Other than maybe, I guess, we probably need to go into Norma to figure out dates.
Okay. All right, I'll let the court know.
All right, Ernest Acevedo.
Yes, Judge. So Mr. Chase is in custody. We have never reached an agreement on this case, so I'd like to have it stay on the trial docket. I was going to try to confer with Marcus on Monday when he gets back, because just to see if there is a resolution, but up to this point, there has never been.
All right, Norma, can we recall this for Monday? And then if there's not a resolution, Mr. Acevedo, then we will set you for trial. And Norma, it is Chase Gordon.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we will be back on Monday, the 13th.
Okay.
And is your client in jail? Mr. Gordon, where are you?
I was in a breakout room with him. I don't know if he came out of it, but I've conferred with him. He understands everything, Judge. And if he's recalled for Monday, that he's fine with that.
All right, I need to have him come out of the breakout room. And Norma, Chase Gordon, he can go back.
Okay.
And he is 16B. Mr. Gordon, we're going to bring you back on December 13th.
All righty, sounds good, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for your patience.
All right, thank you. You have a good one.
Thank you, you too. All right, Orlando Castagnol and everyone else.
That's it. Yes, Judge. I believe we probably need to go in to a breakout room with Norma to talk about dates.
All right. If you all will go back to breakout room number 5, and I'll send Ms. Ferguson to number 5. All right, Miguel Hernandez.
Yes, Judge. I spoke to Norma. She gave us January 4th as the return date for trial.
All right, Eduardo Munoz, where are you? You need to unmute. Just hold down the space bar.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Munoz, are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, have you received all the discovery in each of these cause numbers?
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right, and did you tender an offer to your client?
I did, Your Honor.
And Mr. Munoz, are you rejecting the offer in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're charged with aggravated robbery, theft, robbery, and another theft. Mr. Munoz, these cases are old by standards for this court. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after today. So if you decide to enter into an agreement after today, it will have to be open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to come back on January 4th at 9 a.m. If you are still in custody, you will be brought over dressed from trial.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ian Stewart, just for a moment. Ian Stewart, where are you? Can you unmute, please?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, where are you?
I am in the hospital. My girlfriend is having our daughter currently, so I'm in the hospital.
Okay. Mr. Munoz, we're coming back on January 4th. If you're in custody, you'll be brought over dressed for trial. If you are on bond, you'll need to appear on January 4th at 9 a.m. in the 187th District Court, dressed for trial. It's located at 300 De La Rosa. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. Munoz. Norma, can you let them know that 16A can go back, please?
That's it. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Everyone, just give me a moment. Okay, Charles Bach, I'll send you to breakout room number 3. Jay Moritz,
Yes, Your Honor.
yes.
I've sent a message to Norma. I think she's going to send me the consent to sign. My client's going to plead true to the MTR.
Okay,
and-
all right, that's all I need. As soon as we get that done, I'll take you up. Woody Halstead,
Yes, Your Honor.
yes.
I conferred with Michelle. We've not reached a resolution on the case. I've reached out to Melly to talk about it. So we will continue to confer, but otherwise we're set for trial.
All right, you'll need to go to a breakout room with Ms. Ferguson so that she can give you a jury trial date.
Okie dokie.
All righty. Let me see what breakout room you are in. You're in number 12. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please. She's in number 5. I'll send you to number 5. She'll give you a date and just come back to the main room and let me know what that date is.
Will do,
James Toshi,
Good morning,
who are
Judge.
the parties on Juan Castaneda? Prosecutors, who's on Juan Castaneda?
It's Mr. Nisbet, Judge. I think he's on a phone call. And yeah, he's on a phone call. He's telling us to wait a minute.
All right.
And Judge, Mr. Castaneda, he's here with me. He's wearing a hat, but let me tell you, he yesterday had a very, very bad head wound. I have looked at it. He's keeping it covered and protected. So he normally doesn't wear hats. I'm just letting you know. He's not intending to be disrespectful.
All right. Is that, well, I mean, it depends. Is that a hat that's related to some sort of team?
You probably can't see it. It's got an LSU tiger right on the front.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All righty.
I think.
Now, when I do the spotlight, I'm going to see if that, I don't see that. It looks like it may be Detroit Lions or something.
It's closer to that. It's a Puma logo, Judge. I am mistaken. I apologize.
All right. The court is calling 2021 CR 0832 and 2017 CR 4615, State of Texas versus Juan Carlos Castaneda. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Tom Nisbet.
For the defense?
James Tochi for Mr. Castaneda, Judge.
And are you Mr. Castaneda?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm saying your name differently every time, I've noticed. How do you pronounce your last name?
Castaneda.
All right, I'm going to work on that. And each of these cause numbers, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None.
Any objection from the defense?
No, ma'am.
And each of the cause numbers, Mr. Castaneda, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video conference. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you electronically sign them?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. We're going to proceed in cause number 2021 CR 0832 first. Showing you a document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case? And did you review it with your client?
Yes, I did, Judge, and yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Castaneda, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Castaneda, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is theft 2,500 to 30,000? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days to 2 years in the state jail facility. and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to need you to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Castellana, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's to be a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. State will take in consideration County Court Cause Number 641798. And there's to be restitution of $800 to Lenny, Lenny Rios. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge, with exception to the fine. I've conferred with Mr. Nisbet, and I believe we have a recommendation we'd like to make to the court regarding the fine being probated so he can pay his restitution.
I usually probate fines. I think
okay.
Mr. Nesbitt will tell you that.
I was unaware, Judge, so then
Unless there's a good reason for me not to.
not in this case.
Okay, I'm going to show you a paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and no contact with Lenny Rios. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
We offer Exhibit 1.
Any objections?
None, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept it to evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge, we're prepared.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, ma'am, just that you follow the agreement. He's already being supervised by the court, and I believe we're going to be handling that matter next. So just ask that you follow the agreement.
All right, Mr. Castaneda, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Plumbing. And I'm a
And if
clerk.
you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'm not gonna pass it, to be honest with you.
I'm sorry, what?
I would fail it, to be honest with you.
All right, so what drugs are you using?
Marijuana.
And what else?
That's it.
When's the last time you used?
3 days ago, to be honest with you.
All right, usually when people say to be honest with you, or in all honesty, or in all due respect, usually what's following is not honesty and not respect. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm reading the report, and I know the state is not proceeding on any drug cases, but the officers are saying that there was meth. So have you ever used meth?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right. How much and how often?
When I first started my case, when I started getting in trouble, I started using it thinking that I was going to resolve something. And I didn't, now that I'm clearing my things with Mr. Toshi here, I haven't used it in a while, but I have used it in the past, ma'am. I have.
All right, you're gonna have to start speaking up because I can't hear you and Brenna is having a hard time hearing you. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
She just turned 2 on November 19th.
And are you involved in her life?
Not as much as I'd like to, because I did have a family violence case going on with her, so I wasn't allowed to be around them. So after this, I hope I can.
All right, is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am, not that I'm aware of.
All right, this is what the court is gonna do. $1,500 fine, probated, 3 years deferred adjudication. Taking consideration county court cause number 641798, restitution of $800 to Lenny Rios, no contact with Lenny Rios, 100 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you've completed the COVID vaccination. That includes the booster shot. The court is not forcing anyone to get the COVID vaccination, but if you have, then 40 hours will be deducted. There's to be a UA today, Rebecca, to test for levels. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Parenting classes. We're going to do the UA hotline after he tests negative, Rebecca. And if his levels rise, then I'm going to want outpatient treatment. And if he tests positive for anything other than marijuana, I'm going to want outpatient treatment. There's to be regular Zoom reporting. If you can't report by Zoom, it'll need to be in person. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month, random. Rebecca, is there anything else he needs?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Castaneda, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, and this will run concurrent with 2017 CR 4615. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. We're going to proceed with 2017 CR 4615, showing you the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Juan Carlos Castaneda who was placed on community supervision in 2017 CR 4615 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams, on August 3rd, 2020 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State.
Condition number 1, on or about the 20th day of November 2020 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Juan Carlos Castaneda, committed the offense of unauthorized use of vehicle in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We waive the remaining allegations.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 4 years in prison? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true and state, do you waive violation of condition number 2?
We do, Judge.
Defense, any objection?
No, ma'am.
Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge, pending the court's approval. We're asking you deny the motion to revoke. We're asking to continue the defendant on this probation. It's going to be effectively running concurrent with his other probation, and that the terms of the other would be absorbed into this one.
All right, is that the agreement, defense?
It is our deal, Judge.
Mr. Castaneda, are you asking me to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then the court will deny the motion. A previous condition will remain in effect. And this case will run concurrent with 2021 CR 0832. And of course, probation, the court wants to make sure that there's no duplication. We can go off the record. Mr. Castaneda, you have a 2-year-old daughter. Let me explain something to you about probation that many people don't realize. As a part of probation, do you know you have to support your dependents? So your 2-year-old is a dependent. That means that they can't go out into the world, and you can't put them on, in Travis Park and say, I've participated in your coming into this world. You're on your own, go forth and get a job. Here's the other thing I'm going to tell you that I tell everyone else. Your 2-year-old did not ask for you to be their parent. So you need to decide whether or not you're going to do right by your 2-year-old, whether you're going to be an adult that your 2-year-old can look up to and mimic. If you're not going to be the person that you would want someone to be and who's in your child's life, then maybe you need to step aside. But the one thing you definitely should not do, and I think your attorney can tell you this, don't be breaking your child's heart, because children do not understand when parents say they're going to do something and they don't do it. So if you're going to be in your 2-year-old's life and be a good father, they're going to be expecting that. And if you continue to use drugs, you can't be a good parent. And each time you disappoint your child, that's going to break your child's heart. And guess what's going to end up happening? Your child is going to go forth in the world with less confidence because their father is not doing what they're supposed to do. So be a role model to your child. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Appreciate you.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And probation will meet you there. All right, Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. I was going through the paperwork with Aisha Ortiz. I do believe we're going to continue with a plea bargain. However, she does have an open CPS case, and the offer on the table is a conviction with a recommendation of probation or supervision for a period of years. I just want her to be doubly sure that that will not affect her safety plan or anything, because it's recommended as a conviction.
All right.
Can we come back on Monday? We don't want a real long reset.
All right. Let me ask you this. So is her CPS case a legal case at this point? Does she have an attorney representing her?
I do not believe so, Judge.
So it's not legal?
I don't believe I just know she signed a safety plan. She's on the screen here, Judge, if you want to ask her.
All right, Ms. Ortiz.
Yes.
Do you have a attorney representing you on the CPS case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, who's that attorney?
Ruby Garcia.
All right, do you have her number?
Yes, I do.
All right, Mr. Aguilera, would you like to call her before we recall this for Monday, just to see if this is going to be an issue?
Judge, I happen to know Ruby, and just by happenstance, she offices with me.
Oh, wow. Look at this. We're making things happen.
Yeah, I can honestly tell you she doesn't answer the phone very often. I think she's out of town, but I think we're going to go forward with it. I just want to make doubly sure if you can get me till Monday. I hope you're just not crowded on Monday.
Okay. All right. We're going to come back on Monday, the 13th. for a plea.
Oh, 13th. Oh, that's.
But it's not
Monday,
Friday.
Okay.
And you know, Friday 13th gets a bad reputation. You really should be aware of Saturday the 14th.
Or Sunday, the 15th. That would be just as bad. Judge, and I'll make sure Miss Ortiz has a LSU hat on or something. T-shirt.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Miss
you. Your
Ortiz, give me a
excuse.
call, okay? Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right, James Ishimoto on Montez.
Judge, we conferred with Orlando and Kelly. They're going to file motions and we have a date with Norma. A motions date.
And when is this motions day going to be taking place?
It's going to be either February the 21st or February the 23rd, depending on Miguel's schedule. He's not here. And depending on his schedule, it'll be one or the other.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
We have two dates, February the 21st or February the 23rd. Miguel isn't here as part of the hearing. And so depending on his schedule, it'll be one or the other.
All right, we'll come back on February 21st. And has an offer already been tendered in this case?
I believe an offer has already been tendered, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Castellon, has that offer already been rejected?
It has, Your Honor.
And I do know that I guess the new attorney on this case is Kelly Piddle.
You've long written that there's an obvious catalyst for
All right. So we're going to come back on February 21st. And if there's some motion that needs to be heard, it needs to be heard at that time. And let me see if your client is on the screen.
He is. He's 14P.
All right. Do you need to speak with him?
We spoke with him this morning, Judge.
All right. Norma 14P can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And Mr. Piddle and Mr. Castellon, if you all will meet me in breakout room number 2, please. And Mr. Ishimoto, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And everyone, just give me a moment. And Ms. Ferguson, can you meet me in 2, please? All right, the next person we have up, Woody Halstead. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, Judge, I spoke with Norma. She's given us a trial date of January 11th.
And where is your client?
She's present, Catherine Butler.
Catherine Butler, if you could speak up for me, please.
I'm here, Judge.
Okay, say that again. There you are. All right. Woody, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I think so. Michelle just emailed me. She's uploaded some additional medical records or some medical records. So we're going to verify everything's been downloaded through eDiscovery, but I believe we've received everything.
Okay. And has an offer been tendered?
Yes.
And Ms. Butler, are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is the medical reports that you're receiving going to change your client's stance, Mr. Halstead?
I wouldn't expect it to, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what I'll do. Your jury trial date is going to be January 11th. Ms. Butler, you need to appear in the 187 District Court at 9 a.m. dressed for trial. And because of the medical reports, Mr. Halstead, I'll extend your plea deadline date to your jury trial date. So that will be your jury trial date and your plea deadline date.
I appreciate that, Judge.
All right, if there's nothing else, you and your client are excused.
Thank you very much, Judge. You
All
have a
right.
good day. Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year. All right, Shannon Locke, you've been patiently waiting.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have several clients for you on your docket today. Mr. Stewart, we have now received all of our discovery. The state is offering, has made a plea bargain to us. I've talked to them about alternatives, and we've got a new offer now. If I could discuss that with Mr. Stewart, and then we'll proceed from there, Your Honor.
All right, then let me let you discuss that with Mr. Stewart.
And
What
then,
breakout room were you
Well,
in?
let me do the others, because the others are
Quick and easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Sancho.
Yes, Steve Sancho. So I'm going to be presenting mitigating evidence to the state on Mr. Sancho, mitigating and exculpatory evidence, Your Honor. They're going to review that, and then now that we have fresh eyes on it, I'm hoping to
When
prevail
is that
upon
going
them.
to be presented to them?
We're going to be doing that in the next couple of weeks, Your Honor.
I mean, can't we do that this week?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how about next week?
All right, Norma, on Sancho, let's recall this for December 15th. We'll see where we are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and who's your other person?
Otis Toussaint, Your Honor. And we have
Yes.
presented exculpatory evidence to them. They need to review that in light of the state's evidence. But frankly, Your Honor, if they don't dismiss it, it's going to be a trial on that.
All right, let's come back on December 15th on that as well, and we'll see where we are. And if they need more time to make a decision on whether or not they're going to dismiss it or what they're going to do, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And let me see. Norma, do you see which page Mr. Toussaint is on? I found it. All right, and which breakout room were you in, Mr. Locke?
I was in 21, Your Honor.
Okay. And where's Ian Stewart?
He was there.
I'm right here, Your Honor.
All right, was he previously in the breakout room with you?
No, he wasn't.
No.
Yes, he was. Mr. Stewart, just go back to breakout room number 21 and your attorney will meet you there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Orlando Castagnon, you're here on Manharis as well? You're on mute.
Yes, Judge, I'm going to be sending right now the email address to Mr. Nisbet.
All right, and Daniel Vela?
Yes, Your Honor. This was on Michael Avery.
Yes, Michael Avery is actually in the courtroom.
Okay. I was in breakout room 24 on this one, Your Honor.
All right. So have you conferred with the state on Avery?
No, Your Honor. Not today, Your Honor. No.
All right, let me let you confer with the state on Mr. Avery. As I said, he is actually in the courtroom.
Would that be 24, breakout 24?
Just 1 second, let me rename you. Is your client criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division.
Okay, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. Albert Flores?
Yes, Your Honor. I've got
Yes.
Juan Garcia. We were in room 16, and I conferred with Michelle Hayden on this.
Yes, and what is happening with Juan Garcia?
I think we're gonna, she reiterated the state's position and their offer. But I think we're gonna continue on the trial track on this one, Judge.
Okay, so I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Ms. Ferguson so she can give you a jury trial date. And that'll
Yes,
be
ma'am.
breakout room number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
And let me find which breakout room you were. There you are. Albert Gutierrez.
Judge, I am waiting, or the state is also waiting on whether or not the complainant will agree on a plea bargain. So I don't know.
Okay. All right, just give us a moment. Do they give you a time frame of when that will happen?
I think it looks like they're waiting for a call back. So I don't know. I mean, so we're talking. I just don't know if it can happen today.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Jay Moritz?
Yes, Your Honor. I think you should have the paperwork on the consent for Mr. Pedro Martinez.
Yes, I do.
And on the first document, if you look at it, you could somehow a name of a female was in there as a typed under the signature as a type name. Then there was no way we could change it on the
I'll
first.
change
that. But
I'll make that change.
Yeah, the rest of the document was good and ready to go, Judge. And the prosecutor on that is Michelle Hayden.
All right, Ms. Hayden, are you ready on Pedro Martinez?
She might be in a breakout.
All right, is there a family violence prosecutor available on Pedro Martinez?
This is an MTR and they're TICing the other case, so I don't know if she wrote it in the notes or not.
I can text her, but I can handle this, no problem.
Thank you.
Which violation is he pleading on?
Any of the testing positive for the drugs?
Okay.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Judge. He's in, I think it was in 6.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can you go to breakout room number 6 and have Jay Moritz's client come back?
Yes, ma'am.
Albert Flores?
Yes, Judge. We're back. We got a date, Judge, of January 18th.
Just one moment. All right, January 18th. All right, so has your client received all the discovery?
I believe we have, Your Honor.
And was an offer tendered?
An offer was tendered, Judge.
And is your client rejecting that offer?
To be honest with you, Judge, it's been so long that the one they gave me today, they said it's been on the books, but I'm going to review that with him today.
All right, when is your jury trial date?
January 18th.
All right, so this is what I'll do. We're going to come back on your case on January 18th, and your client will need to appear dressed for trial. I'm going to also make that your jury trial date and your plea deadline date, okay?
I appreciate that, Judge.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused. Thank you for your
Judge,
patience.
one other thing, Judge. He's been complying with pretrial services for well over a year, and he's requesting permission to travel to Mexico for the holidays, December 24th through January 2nd.
Oh, that's going to be denied. Unless the state is in agreement with him going to Mexico, because of the nature of the offense, the court is not inclined to agree with that. But if you want to speak to the state about that and see if the state will agree, because mind you, I only know the nature of the charge. I haven't made a decision or seen any evidence that he's guilty or not guilty. So if you want to confer with the state on a motion to travel, then you can confer with the state on that.
I'll do that, Judge.
All right, who are you speaking with?
Michelle Hayden.
All right, so if you'll remain in the main room, as soon as she comes out, I'll make sure she speaks with you.
Judge, I'm here. I was gonna say, she just texted me saying that we're not in agreement with that.
Okay, they're not in agreement. So if you want to have a hearing for that, just set it. And Ms. Ferguson will put it on the docket as soon as possible. We'll be here.
Okay, may I excuse that, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2017 CR 2073, State of Texas versus Pedro Martinez III. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Wilkes for the state.
Jay Moritz, Your Honor, for Mr. Martinez.
And are you Pedro Martinez?
Yes.
All right. We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Pedro Martinez III who was placed on community supervision in 2017 CR 2073 for the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation on July 24, 2017 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
The state will proceed on violation of condition number 2 on or about the 30th day of June 2021 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Pedro Martinez III did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the supervision officer in violation of condition 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
The state moves to waive the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 5 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there an agreement?
You have an agreed recommendation for the court, Judge. We're asking that you do grant this motion, but if you would underline, the underlying term is 4 years. We're asking that you would amend that to 2 years and sentence him to TDC for 2 years, and we will TIC the new allegation.
All right, his underlying is 5 years, just so the record will be clear.
Oh, okay. It said 4 on the motion, but we're in agreement for the 2.
Is that the agreement, Mr. Moretz?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, did you see on that first document where the name under his name was a lady's name?
Yes, and I corrected that.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Sure, no problem. All right, Mr. Martinez.
Yes.
The court will follow your agreement. The court will grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in prison. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There should be no contact with Kimberly Sanchez. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the court will give you credit for any time served.
Judge, can I clarify this for you?
Yes.
He did do safety, and Rebecca Reyes sent me the days on that. That was 270 days. He successfully completed that. And he had as of today, other than that, he has 133 days. So it comes out to a total of 403 days already.
All right, I'm sorry, give me the total days for the actual inpatient treatment.
270, according to Miss Rebecca Reyes.
All right, the court will give you credit for any time served, plus credit for any inpatient treatment time. And the court will note for the record that the inpatient treatment time is 270 days. Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, and also because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If there are any questions about what the definition of a weapon is, you'll need to consult an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. Mr. Martinez, how old are you?
40.
All right, you get into that point in your life where there's about to be more of your life behind you than in front of you. You're going to have to make some changes. If you have anger issues, you need to take care of that. If you have drug issues, there's free treatment. Brenda has heard this speech several times, so I'm going to give it to you. You know what is a really good judge of whether or not you're ready to be in a relationship?
What's that?
Get an orchid. They're like $12 at HEB. I think they're like $11.95 at Walmart. My staff brought me an orchid. I really appreciate that orchid, but let me tell you something about orchids. You can't move them around. They take a lot of care, and you need to keep that orchid for a year. And when I say for a year, because when you get it from the store, the blooms are on it. Wait till those blooms fall off. And then if you can keep that plant alive for a year and blooming, you just may be ready for a relationship. But if you love somebody and you're in a relationship, you should never put your hands on them in anger. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Martinez. Don't be that person who ends in and out of prison. Yes, Mr. Moritz?
I just wanted to make sure on the record that you did say your TIC night bag number 639265.
Nobody gave me a TIC number. So what's the TIC number?
The night mag number is 639265. And I have
just sent you that as well.
All righty. So I have taken in consideration night bag number 639265.
All right, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Jay, I thought you were going to tell me that you have an orchid and you've had it for years and it's always blooming. That's what I thought you were going to tell me.
Judge, my orchid's been around for 39 years.
Oh, wow. There you go, Mr. Martinez.
Moritz. All right.
No, I mean, I'm telling Mr. Martinez.
Well, you should have been congratulating me on that.
Okay.
Have a great day, Judge.
All right, you too. Norma, 14L can go back. Charles Bach.
Yes, Judge, I was waiting in a breakout room. I thought they were going to send my client there, but he didn't make it.
All right, let me see.
I did, but I don't, maybe he didn't click the button.
Mr. Jamon Thomas, you need to go to breakout room number 3. Go to your phone, look on your phone. If it's an iPhone, tap the screen, you'll see breakout rooms. If it's an Android, click on more and you'll see where you can go to a breakout room. Shannon Locke, Ian Stewart.
Yes, Your Honor. Is there any way I could go into a breakout room just to ask you a couple of procedural questions?
You want to put that in the chat box?
Sure, that'd be great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Orlando Castagnon, Amon Harris.
Just waiting for the paperwork, Judge.
All right, thank you. Any other attorneys that are ready?
Judge, I can announce on
Yes.
Ronnie Caldwell.
Yes.
I am waiting for documentary evidence from the nurses at his hospice, but I have confirmed with an Angie Moeller who works at Hope Hospice that Mr. Caldwell is there on major pain medications. And what I'm being told, but I don't have documented proof of that for you yet, is that his bone cancer has always been there. It's been present, but apparently it's raised with a vengeance. And I'm not sure how long Mr. Caldwell has, but I do not have the documented proof of that. I am in communication with his nurses at the hospice, and they're trying to get all that for me so I can forward that to the court.
Okay, so when do you think you'll have that information for the court?
Judge, like I said, I confirmed that he was at the Hope Hospice is the name of it, and on major pain meds. I don't know how long it's going to take them. I've been in communication with them for the last couple of days. I can certainly try to find out an ETA on that.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Caldwell, can we recall this at the beginning of February? Will that give you enough time, Ms. Kramer?
It absolutely should, Judge. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I can do February 4th, Judge.
All right, we'll come back on February 4th.
Okay, thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Bye, Stacy.
All right, and in the courtroom, we have someone.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judy Wimmer.
Is this a screen test? It feels like it.
Who do you have?
Renee Espinoza. He's also here in the courtroom present with me.
Yes, what is happening with Mr. Espinoza?
We just need a new trial setting. I've conferred with Ms. Hayden on several occasions and other prosecutors as well.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we have a trial date for Renee Espinoza?
Yes, ma'am. Give me just 1 second. The 11th, Judge, January 11th.
All right, we're going to come back on January 11th. Can you have your client approach, please?
Espinoza? He's on his way, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Wimmer, have you received all the discovery in this case? Ms. Wimmer, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Except for one item that Ms. Hayden is going to look into that has been requested in the past and see if it just hasn't arrived or if it doesn't exist at all. That's the only issue at this point.
All right, and is that an item that will change the state's offer?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
Okay. And has the offer been tendered to your client, Ms. Wimmer?
Yes, ma'am, it has.
And has he rejected the offer?
Yes, ma'am, he has.
All right, so your jury trial date is going to be January 11th at 9 a.m. And because you're telling me that the state has some of the information and there to see if it exists or not, I'm going to make January 11th your jury trial date, and I will extend the plea deadline date to January 11th because of that.
Thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate that.
All right, thank you. So you and your client will be excused. Just make sure he gets his reset form before he leaves.
Yes, ma'am, will do. Thank you. Good to see you.
All right, thank you. You two have a great one. Anyone else back from the breakout room?
Your Honor, I'm ready to talk to you about Mr. Stewart, and he is ready. Could we put him on the 15th by any chance with my other clients for a plea?
All right. Norma, can you set Mr. Ian Stewart for the 15th for a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
I believe that takes care of everybody, Your Honor. And so I had to silence you. Did you keep the orchid alive, Judge?
Oh, no, my orchid is still alive. What I can tell you about it is it has this little thing. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to get a flower on it or not, but it's still working. And now that I moved it quickly, it's probably going to be upset with me. But I have some little shoots that are coming out.
Wow. So I'll tell you, Your Honor, that was my least favorite of your vignettes. I always enjoy your vignettes, but that was my least favorite. And I felt called out because I cannot keep an orchid alive. And I love plants. I love plants so much, but I cannot keep an orchid alive. So by your standard,
that's something you're going to have to work on.
Clearly. But now, I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to be in a relationship. I'm questioning it. And Jennifer's going to be very upset.
I'm sorry about that, but you're in the relationship now. Just work on it.
You shook me. I was just,
All
anyway.
right.
But I'm impressed that you can keep an orchid alive because it's not something that I can do.
All right. Have a good one.
Judge.
Okay, bye-bye. Charles Blanc on Damone Wyatt.
Yes, Judge, I conferred it. It looks like we need to stay on your trial docket for that case. Please.
Okay.
Or get on your trial docket or whatever the proper
No, you're actually on the trial docket.
Okay.
Let me see. Your client is asking for help to come out of the breakout room.
Yeah, his truth's bothering him, Judge.
Really?
In his defense, if you're not on Zoom a lot, you forget people are watching you and you do stupid stuff. I've done that. I saw Shannon pick his nose once and he would never do that in court. So
okay, why would
you're
you
not paying
say
attention?
that about Shannon?
Why? You just throw me right under the bus like that? Oh my God.
Shannon, I've never seen that. So I'm
Thank
going to
you
say
very
it didn't
much,
happen.
Judge. I appreciate it.
Charles,
I don't believe Charles has either.
I'm old and tired, Shannon. I'll say anything.
Charles, here's a lesson for all the children out there. Whenever I would go to the dentist's office as a child, he had a picture of a bunny rabbit with 2 teeth.
Right.
And you know what the caption was underneath?
What?
You only need to floss the teeth you intend to keep. After that, I saw that.
There you go.
I'm flossing after every meal.
I got my teeth cleaned this morning. I got my teeth cleaned. So I hear you.
Okay. So Norma on Damone Thomas will need a jury trial date.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second, Judge.
And have you received all the discovery?
Yes. Well, except I'm told he may have picked up a new case within the last couple of weeks. I don't have any discovery on that yet. I don't think I've been appointed on the new case yet. So I'd ask Norma to appoint me so I can get the new discovery from the new case.
All right. And is that the felon in possession of a firearm?
I believe so, yes.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
If you will set Mr. Thomas for his jury trial in February and appoint Mr. Bonk to the felon in possession of a weapon, please. And so if you can give me a February date in the chat box. All right, we're going to come back on February 15th.
Okay.
That will be your jury trial date, Mr. Thomas. And I want to let you know, Mr. Thomas, if new cases appear, and again, I don't know if it's true or not. I have not received any information on that, but you should not be picking up new offenses. So we're going to come back on February 15th. That's going to be his jury trial date, and that will be his plea deadline date. All right, if there's nothing else, you and your client are excused.
All right. Thank you, Judge. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. Have a blessed one.
You too. Albert Gutierrez.
Still waiting for a response, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Shannon Locke, you're still here, but we've taken care of all your cases.
Yeah, so Mr. Toussaint informs me that he has his family law case on the 15th.
Oh, I'm sure we can see what can happen. I mean, things can happen.
So, but could we move this to the 14th? Move his case to the 14th by any chance?
see. All right, to the clerks, could I have the file on Otis Toussaint? Well, no, I'm sorry, just 1 second. So the family law case he has, is it related to this interference
It
with
is.
child custody?
It's the same child. And so there's a,
All right, so
Yes.
let's keep it on the 15th, see what happens on the family side.
so the concern that I have is that he has to be present over there.
Yeah, he
Well,
can
he
be
had-
present over there first.
Okay, so I'll be here and he doesn't have to be here.
No. He can be present over there. As you know, on the civil side, sometimes you're in presiding forever.
Mhm.
No offense to civil side, but everyone knows that's the truth. And then you wait to get assigned out to different places. And I
Okay,
think the civil judges are doing a great job, but that's the way the system works. That has nothing to do with judges. Everyone knows on the civil side, you go to presiding, you wait for your case to be called, and you confer, and they allow them to confer with attorneys, and that takes some time. And then after they confer with the attorneys, then they make their time announcements. Then after they make their time announcements, then they are signed out to a judge. And once they're assigned out to the judge, I know they see that judge quickly, but the whole process from conferring, getting your name called, that takes a little bit of more time.
yeah, but whatever happens there won't affect this. But what we do might affect that.
Yes, okay, so we shall see.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right,
Honor.
thank you. All right, Raymond Martinez.
Judge, I wanted to announce,
You're on mute.
I wanted to announce on Cesar George.
Yes. Yes.
Judge,
Now-
we're already past the plea deadline. I think since a long time ago, we're in line for trial and there's no movement on the case today, which I
All
didn't
right,
expect.
so we're gonna give you a jury trial date. Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date on Cesar George.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second, Judge.
Let me.
It's a huge bond race. Well, enjoy that even on this too. No, we can't do much.
Have you received all the discovery on this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was an offer tendered?
Actually, Judge, I'm not sure the state offered anything other than the maximum sentence is what I recall.
Well, here's the thing. Raymond Martinez, you know you're not supposed to tell me what the state is offering.
I understand, Judge, but what I'm saying is.
So
I'm
my
not sure they're
question
gonna make
is,
an offer.
it's like yes or no. Has an offer been tendered?
Actually, I think the best answer is no, Judge.
All right, then we need to get an offer. Who's the prosecutor on Cesar George? It is a manslaughter case. Criminal Trial Division.
Honor, I can talk to him again.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 11. Anyone else ready? Bill Simmons, who do you have?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. I have Davis Villegas.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
It's a criminal trial division, Judge. Actually, I'm sorry, it is family violence, Judge. Family violence.
Okay. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 6.
I've already been in the breakout room, Judge. I've conferred it with him. We just had today was the day, his deadline to accept an offer.
And what are we doing?
He's rejecting the offer, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Villegas, I need a jury trial date.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
How you doing?
25th, Judge.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The 25th.
All right, we're coming back on January 25th for a jury trial. Mr. Villegas,
Ma'am.
are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Vince, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then, Mr. Villegas,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you receive the offer?
Yes, ma'am. I declined the offer.
Okay, all right, you're coming back for jury trial on January 25th. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. If you decide to enter a plea, it will have to be open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on January 25th. Just remain in the courtroom and they'll give you a reset form.
Yes, ma'am. You have a beautiful day.
Thank you, you
Hey,
too.
Mr. Villegas, and I will be contacting you at that new number that you gave me, okay? May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Michael Belichick.
Yes, Judge, I'm sorry. I can't remember what state DA I was talking to, but I was stuck in a breakout room for a while.
Okay, who is available on Tony Schiaretti, Criminal Trial Division with Michael Belichick? And Michael, I'll move you to breakout room number 2.
Okay, yeah, I think I was in.
Albert Gutierrez.
Your Honor, on Adrian Rodriguez, we would, if the judge is inclined, we would like a short reset so the DA can hear back from the complainant.
Okay, so let me recall you. I'll recall you for Monday the 13th.
Thank you, Judge.
And if the state hears from them before that time, then we can always recall it for a different time.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, who is Roland under Roland's iPhone? And who is one word plus? Oh my gosh. Is this an attorney? Why doesn't he have on any clothes? Who is this Roland person? Does anyone know who that is? All right, Roland under Roland's iPhone, you are not allowed to be on Zoom anymore. Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
I need Mr. Juan Ricardo Ramos, Rick Ramos, that attorney, to Zoom back in. And I need his client, Roland Huerta, to Zoom back in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Oh, gosh, yeah. Yes, Michael Velichek.
We haven't been able to reach any agreement. You may notice our plea deadline passed many settings ago.
All right, so we just need a jury trial date for you.
Another jury trial date, yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date on Schiaretti, please.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
I'm sorry, Ms. Ferguson, what date did you give us?
January 11th.
All right, we're going to come back on your client on January 11th. Have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've received the offer?
Yes, we've had several offers, and our discovery was complete like a year ago.
Okay.
And Judge, if for any pretrial bond matters, I would need to get a setting from Norma. Is that the way it would work?
Yes, unless there's an agreement that you can reach with the state for bond, then
Okay.
yes, you'll need that.
I'll try to do that. I've talked to Marcus about it before.
All right, Ms. Schiaretti, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements after today. Your jury trial date will be January 11th. You'll need to appear in court, dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. If there's nothing else, you and your attorney are excused. Mr. Velichek, if you want to confer with the state on a bond issues, you may.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Oh, thank you. You too. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
All right, Raymond Martinez, you're back on Mr. George.
I am, Judge.
Yes, okay, what is happening with Mr. George?
He has received an offer, Judge, that he's rejecting. Although I am going to give the state a counter. I don't know if you want me to finish that first before we.
Yes, let's finish that. So you're
And-
giving a counter?
Yes, and I just wanted to, he reminded me, Judge, we also have a motion to allow him to attend a dinner on Christmas Day because he's on GPS, but he's only allowed to travel for work.
All right, did you speak with the state regarding that?
No, I forgot that was pending, but I'll ask him about that as well.
All right, Pixel 2, the person who's on the couch. Unmute, please.
Yes, ma'am.
If your screen goes dark again, you gotta appear in court.
I was in the breakout room and then it kicked me out.
Here's the thing, if your screen goes dark again, you're gonna appear in court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your name?
Sam Amaya. I thought I just changed that too. I was like, I think 18 or 15, I think.
All right, on Mr. George, you say that you're gonna tender a counter offer? And when is that going to be tendered to the state?
Judge, I'm actually doing it right now. I'm sending chat to the state.
Okay, well, we'll get back with that once you send that to them and they make a decision.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting on paperwork on my other case. We're gonna have a plea of true on an MTR, Mr.
All
Montes.
right, thank you. Martin Guerra.
Morning, Judge. Sorry about that. I had to zoom into another courtroom.
That's okay.
My client had sent me a text message saying that he was removed from the meeting. I told him to sign back on, but is he back on?
Yes, he's here.
Okay, good. If I could go back and speak with the prosecutor.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2. A family violence prosecutor will meet you there. Who is listed as 1+? And everyone, the court is taking its break at noon today. Caesar George, your screen cannot go black. If it goes black, what will end up happening is you're going to be required to appear in court.
That was my phone, ma'am. I had received a phone call. I had to end it. I'm at work, so my boss was calling me.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Your Honor, we're doing plea paperwork for Andre Monjares right now,
Yes.
and we're going to be able to get to it before noon. My wife is asking me to pick her up from having her car fixed, and so is it okay if I leave now and come back after the break?
Sure. I think if you don't pick your wife up, that's going to be a problem.
I agree, Judge, and I fear her more than I fear any judge.
I could be wrong in that. Raymond, is it going to be a problem if he doesn't pick his wife up?
It's a serious problem, Judge.
Okay. So if you can come back at 2 p.m. then on Manjares.
Thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome.
Hey, Ray, we're gonna put you back in a breakout room because I wanted to talk to you about that real quick.
I'll finish.
Okay.
But basically, we got to walk her to
Rick Ramos.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ramos, you need to get your client back in here at 2 p.m. and have him explain why the reason he decided to Zoom back in with no clothes on. So we'll see you back at 2 p.m. with regards to your client, Mr. Huerta.
I believe he's on right now, Judge, but you want us back at 2?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, thank you, everyone. The court is going to be in recess, and we're going to be back at 2 p.m. If you have any plea bargain agreements to work out, please work those out. I'm going to stop live stream. I have a judge